Our public health system is in crisis, and the lives of ordinary Jamaicans are being placed at risk because of neglect, delay, and misplaced priorities. Our spokesperson for health and public wellness, Dr. Dawes, will speak to you about what's happening at the Kingston Public Hospital, a hospital that is itself sick. Jesse James Clark, our junior spokesperson on health, will speak to you about troubling issues related to water quality affecting communities across Kingston and St. Andrew. Remember, when Jesse sounded the alarm and the government said it was not true? We have the evidence today. In the face of public health crisis and collapse, is the ministry's real priority to safeguard the lives of the Jamaican citizens? Where is the Minister of Health in all of this? Is he at sea searching for replacements for the Cuban doctors whose terms have expired? The People's National Party is raising these questions not to score points, but to demand answers.
Do not drink the pipe water.
Good morning to our viewers on Facebook and those viewing us live on TikTok. I'm Nikisha Burchell, the Deputy General Secretary of the People's National Party and Information and Public Communications spokesperson for the opposition. Thank you so much to the members of the media who are here with us this morning for not just another press conference, but for an SOS alert for a national attention to be pointed at our health sector. Our public health
You've arrived at your destination.
Welcome to Yard and Abroad, where we mix the best of island vibes with the madness of foreign life. From the heart of the islands to every corner of the world, bringing you culture, vibes, and real talk. No borders, no limits. This is Yard and Abroad. Don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. Turn on that post notification bell so that we can stay connected.
Hey besties, welcome back to the channel. So, is Jamaica's pipe water really safe for drinking? The latest news I'm sharing with you. Let us not sugarcoat this issue. The water flowing from your pipes in Jamaica might not be as clean as the authorities claim. Despite the National Waters Commission constant reassurances, recent concerns raised by public figures suggest a much dirtier truth. And we mean that literally. If you have been filling your glasses straight from the pipe without a second thought, it might be time to think again. The PNP councillor, Jesse James Charles, recently issued a warning that rocked residents of Kingston and St. Andrew. Boil your tap water before drinking it. According to Clark, the water isn't being treated properly, which means harmful contaminants, including fecal matter, could still be present. That's right. So, what you thought was clean water that you are drinking might just be a health hazard in disguise. The NWC responded quickly to this matter, insisting that the water meets both national and international standards and is continually being monitored. But here is the thing. People are seeing murky waters, strange smells, and questionable qualities pouring out of their pipes. So, if everything is as safe, quote-unquote, as they say, why are so many Jamaicans still boiling their water out of fear? And let us not act like this is a new issue or just affecting the city. This issue is not new, or it's not just affecting us. Many rural communities have been crying out for years, dealing with outdated infrastructure, low water pressure, and untreated water sources. This is probably not just a Kingston or St. Andrew problem. It's probably a nationwide public health concern, yet every time the topic comes up, it is swept under the rug with another polished press release. Until the system is fixed, Jamaicans are left to fend for themselves. That means boiling the water, investing in filters, or relying on bottled waters, all while still paying for a utility that promises safe, quote-unquote again, water. Meanwhile, our voices must get louder. We must demand transparency, proper treatment, and real accountability. In all honesty, not just PR statements from behind a desk. Bottom line, clean water is a right, not a privilege. Whether you are uptown, Kingston, or deep rural Clarendon, or wherever parish you want to be in, everyone deserves water that won't make them sick. Until that's a reality, keep your kettles hot, and if you can afford a filter, I suggest you get one, and keep your eyes open, because we cannot filter the truth. Honestly, we cannot. Boy, this is just really messed up. Really, really messed up. I don't know what to say. People, share your comments down below and let me know what y'all think in the comment sections. I'd really like to hear responses about this issue.
You have to take some measures to ensure that the water is safe for consumption. So, for example, at your regular water treatment site, the water goes through several processes. For example, it goes through flocculation, which is where they add chemicals to bind with those fine particles that might be in the water, so that they can become heavier and settle out. You have sedimentation, which is where the heavier dirt particles settle and the water is basically clarifying the water to make it clear. And then that sedimentation the clear water is removed. It is filtered. And it passes through several different filters, whether it's sand of different size filters to ensure that they remove any residual viruses, organisms that might be left back in the water. And then it moves from there to disinfection, where you have your chlorination taking place. However, in the rural areas, we're not saying that you have to do all these steps. However, filtration is a must. And this is one of the infrastructure upgrades that has to take place at our rural water treatment sites to ensure that the water is safe. Also, we're recommending that they install temporarily, they can use black tanks, or what we Jamaicans call black tanks, or water tanks, and temporarily to have holding areas for the water in the rural areas so that it has enough contact time with the chlorine before it's distributed. You cannot be getting results that shows that you are having poor water quality at source and you're still distributing it to the public. Another major concern for us is how the Ministry of Health came out and said that the environmental division in the Ministry of Health, they came out and said that the water was safe for consumption in Kingston and St. Andrew. But at the same time, the NWC is producing results to show that it is not safe. So I'm now saying to the Ministry of Health that you need to get your house in order, and we need some accountability as to why you were saying that the water is safe when NWC is saying that the water isn't. NWC has also since then admitted that they're having challenges in the rural areas. And they have also admitted 6 days ago on their Instagram page that they have found samples positive for fecal coliforms. And they said that when they have instances of that happening, they will flush the line and they'll cut off water supply. And I'm asking the persons in the rural Jamaica if that happened. And we want them to now come and apologize for their misleading information that they have been given to the public and for trickling out the truth bit by bit. I'm also asking the journalists present here with us today for you to do your own fact-finding mission and get the results from the NWC. But not only get the results, I want you to visit these rural water treatment sites and let them show you the process of treatment that the water goes through. And you tell me if it's up to standard. Or the minister with the responsibility for water, and also the Minister of Health needs to come out and ensure that we are getting, the steps are in place to ensure that we get good quality water in Kingston and St. Andrew. Also, we'd also want to make the recommendation to the National Water Commission, similar to how we get the results from Petrojam about the pricing of fuel each week. We'd want them to publish their results. And if they're having issues in any particular area, they need to let the residents know the areas that will be affected by the poor quality water and what has been done to correct those measures and when it is safe again for the residents in these areas to consume the water that is being released. We have no issues with the staff at the National Water Commission because after my visit and tour to as well, I understand you have a very difficult job and that you're given basket to carry water most times. So I'm also advocating for the staff at the NWC to receive the necessary gears, compensation, and resources to ensure that they can get to these remote sites and collect the samples and to also upgrade these sites so that they can do their job properly. They cannot do what they don't have the resources to do. So the minister and the Ministry of Health needs to be the one that is overseeing the NWC and protecting us, the consumers, and to ensure that they stick to the standards that are there for them to be, for the water that is being produced by NWC. So once again, I just want to point out the inconsistencies between the results coming from NWC and the results coming from the Ministry of Health, the environmental unit, and they need to answer to the public and to Jamaica at large for that. And we need the NWC to come out, and anywhere else on the island, don't wait on us, or don't wait on us to come out and to say it. You come out and tell us all the other areas on the island that you're having water quality issues and what is being done to address it. In this case, we understand you have to do some infrastructure upgrade, or the results from your rural water treatment sites, they will not improve, and filtration is a big step.